We're going to be talking about it with AJ McKee, who joins us right now on the program. The reigning defending Bellator featherweight champ. There he is. I love the new hair, man. I got to say, love the new hair. How long are we going to let this thing grow?
I don't know. I'm thinking about growing it all the way back out. I used to have hair down to my butt as a kid. So,
damn.
We'll see. Everybody used to think I was a girl, though, as a kid when I wrestled. So that, and then it'd get pulled on a bit and stuff. So, yeah.
But we go cornrows when we fight, right, on Friday?
Nah, I feel like cornrows got bad luck.
Oh.
Everybody wears cornrows. You ever notice that?
Not really, if I'm being honest. Who had bad luck with cornrows?
Quite a few.
Okay, my bad. Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, fair enough. So we're just going to let it go.
Yeah, I like it more natural. Just let it free. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the art that's put in that cage. Got to let it go.
Why has it been so long since we last saw you, AJ? July feels like an eternity ago. What took so long?
You're telling me, Ariel. I would say contracts, a little bit trying to figure out some pay. But at the end of the day, regardless, I've continued to say I want to fight. I want to fight 3 times, 4 times a year. So that's a big key. Fight activity is getting to be back in that cage 3, 4 times a year. Early on in my career, that's how many times I was fighting. So contractually, that's what my contract says. Obviously, we got COVID, and then I had knee surgery and all this other stuff that kind of went through. And but now, all that's in the bag, and we need to be getting in there every 3 months.
Oh, that would be tremendous. Have you re-signed with Bellator?
No, there's been nothing re-signed. So currently championship clause, 3 fights.
So this is fight number 1 of the 3?
Correct.
And does it have to, is there a term? Is it like a year after you win the belt? Like when do those 3 fights expire?
It doesn't specify specifically. So it's normally about 6 months per fight, year and a half. So, a year and a half, but I got other things going on outside of that. And all kind of other stuff.
What do we got going on? What's happening?
All kind of stuff, Ariel. You know this game, man.
Come on. Fight-related stuff or non-fight related?
Yeah. I plead the 5th, Ariel.
No, come on, plead the 5th. What? This is big. We got to create some interest. We got to create some buzz. This is good stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going back to being independent and just start on my own stuff, dude. I got a big roster of amateur fighters up under me, pros as well. So I think I'm gonna start gearing my own stuff up. You know what I mean? I don't think nobody knows the insides and outs of mixed martial arts better than Papa McKee. So might as well keep it in the family.
I respect that very much, and I agree with what you said about your dad. Just for those, I kind of understand what you're saying. For the viewers that don't, when you say independent, you were represented by CA. You're saying you want to represent yourself. Let your dad work with you and all that stuff. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. I mean, I'm still with CA. There's a contract there as well, so there's a certain time frame that stuff has to be done and implemented and so forth. You know how contracts work.
I feel you.
It's to myself. I'm learning about mixed martial arts. Contracts hold their word more than anything, apparently, more than their actual words.
Yes, I get what you're saying. Now, what about Bellator? Have they tried to re-sign you before this fight? I mean, you win this fight now, your stock goes even higher. Have they tried to cut a deal before this fight?
They did. Myself, I already have fought previously for $1 million. I feel I should never have to see anything under $1 million again, especially with the achievements I've accomplished. Every time I step in that cage, there's an O on my record. You know what I mean? So for me to go backwards, anything under $1 million, I feel is just, it's not reasonable. We were at like 5, but it's not appetizing to me. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking for 55s as well. So we'll see.
Are we getting a milli for this fight?
No, definitely. We're getting 250.
Come on. I'm calling Scott right now. That's messed up. I'm going to put him on. Does he not recognize you are the face of Bellator? And it's not even close at this point. I mean, there's a massive gap between you and everyone else. When you fight, everyone talks about it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it is what it is. I got other partial problems is the management and
Oh,
this
man.
and
Okay,
that.
okay.
So it's that's what I'm saying. It's a lot, Ariel.
I
It's
feel
a
you. Okay.
whole
Well,
stew.
can I ask you one last thing on all this? Is it possible that these are your last 3 fights in Bellator? Have you decided that you want to test the waters and fight this out and see where, we just saw Kayla Harrison get a whole lot of money by testing the waters. We've seen others as well. Is it possible that these are your last 3 fights?
Possibly, if we can't come up with the $1 million, then yeah. And also, like that's the thing. Every time I fight, my number's going to double because I want to be back paid for the fights that I haven't. I'm fighting 250.
This
It's
is good.
business, bro.
I love
You know
it.
how it is.
I love it.
It's dog. I got families to feed. You know what I mean? I look forward to having children of my own someday. This is how my father eats. This is generation after generation. You know what I
Yes.
mean? This ain't no new story to us.
Right.
So it is what it is.
It's a lot of back pay,
Can't
by the way.
can't stop me, but you can slow me down a bit.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But you got a long ways to go. 27, like I said, 18-0, on fire. Rematch of a fight that you won rather convincingly. Was it hard to get up for it, to do it again? Because I know you had talked about going up to take, or to fight the brother, do something a little different, get another title, new challenge. Here it's the same opponent, incredible opponent, but same opponent for the same belt. Was that what you were looking for, or was that a bit of a bummer when you got that?
I didn't mind at first the rematch with Patricio Pitbull. Obviously, under the terms of being at 145 pounds was not ideal. So him releasing the belt for his brother was it was smart. It's a game of chess. Obviously Patricio is not Patricio, so with Patricio releasing the belt to his brother, it gave him the opportunity to say he's focusing on me. But in the reality of the situation, who wants to see me at 155 pounds faster, stronger, and bigger? Like it released the belt, allow his brother to fight for the 55-pound title. He loses to me one last time, and then I go beat his brother up and make it a family affair. That's the way I see it.
Is that the goal here? Win Friday, then go after Patricky for the 55. That's what you want?
Definite. I'm trying to be champ. I've been calling champ since 2018. It is time. The Pitbull era ends with AJ Mercenary McKee.
Wow, that is good stuff. What a storyline right there. They should, be all over that. My question though is, does that now make your stay longer because now you got another belt? So is it another championship clause?
Where, Ariel, we have sitting down and talking to do. I think just getting through this last fight, going in there, putting the icing on the cake, making it sweet one last time, and showing them that I'm not here to play. That's the key to this fight. That was literally our first encounter, our first exchange, and I rocked him. So this one, obviously, we're gonna have a few more exchanges, but it's pick and choose your poison. That's what I constantly tell him: pick and choose your poison. At the end of the day, it's inevitable. He's gonna have to come to me. He's gonna have to try to close the distance, and when he does, that's when I'm gonna capitalize on every opportunity, throwing elbows, throwing knees, and just trying to end him.
Now, you saw him on Monday. You guys squared off. They had the press conference. Last summer, when you did the whole, it got pretty heated, but now you have a fight under your belt. Did you feel that same energy? How would you describe this experience with him at the press conference, the face-up, all that stuff, compared to the first time you guys did it last year?
It's there, a pit bull's a pit bull. They always got that fire in them. But he's a little more tame. So he's had a bit more training. He looks a bit smaller. So he's probably in more shape. He's probably been running a lot more and so forth. But I'm not worried about it, man. I know when we get locked in that cage together, that temper's gonna flare, and I know how to get under his skin a little bit, actually a lot of bit. So
how do you get under his skin?
Easy. It's like poking at a bear. You know what I mean? You poke at a bear with a 22, and he's gonna be like, "What is this?" You know what I mean? But you hit him with that 12 gauge, and that's when he's like, "Oh, this is real." So yeah, it's time to bring the 12 gauge out.
By the way, how's the weight cut?
It's never fun, but it's good. I'm about 6, 7 over at the moment.
Okay.
Woke up. I had a nice fillet last night, asparagus, zucchini, squash, spinach. Woke up, had oatmeal this morning, bananas, blueberries. There's a lot that goes into me dieting and making 145 pounds, eating 4 or 5 meals a day, gallon and a half, 2 gallons of water a day. It's a lot. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm looking forward to moving up to 155. I could go eat In-N-Out and Raising Cane's every day and still live my best life without having to worry about making 45s.
By the way, when you go up to 55 in this plan, you win on Friday, you move up to 55. Are you done with 45?
I don't know. You know, it's always been a dream of mine and a goal of mine to own a UFC title. Just as a kid, you know, I grew up watching Rampage and as a kid in the gym. That was the first UFC belt I ever saw. So like that was like hands-on saw, you know. So obviously to own a UFC belt one day it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. It's an achievement and accolade that I would love to have under my belt. Being champ there as well. I don't know, maybe I get that Chandler red carpet treatment and come in, beat somebody in the top 3 up real quick, and then, you know, go straight into a title fight, beat Volkanovski up real quick, one time for the one time. But my fight's Holloway. Yeah.
Why?
That's the dream fight. Why? It's a banger stylistically. You know this, Ariel. Styles make fights. And it's like Benson and I. Benson and I would be an awesome fight at 155 for Bellator. So I think Holloway's he's that guy. You know what I mean? He's that monster, dude. No matter what you throw at him, he's still going to be in your face, and he's going to be throwing right back at you. I just honestly, and everybody, they bash me for saying it every time. I'm just not impressed with Volkanovski. And it's nothing against him, dude. He's a world champ. He's beast. But stylistically, it's a bad fight for him to fight me. And I'm Ariel. I would. What's your take on it?
Man,
I'm going to put you on the spot.
I would love to see it. I got to tell you, I would love to see that fight. Wait, so when you see him on Saturday, did you watch that fight against Zombie? Not impressed?
I did. I mean, it was not really. He's making improvements. Yes, I'm impressed, but to stand in front of me and to be impressed, no. You know, I know a lot of key things. He's real heavy on his rear leg. His lateral movement, you know, it's not really there unless he's moving around trying to catch his wind and move his feet. Other than that, he's jumping into punches to close the distance moving forward. That's where I'm going to just lean back and throw a spinning heel kick while you're coming forward and you walk right into it. So it's like chess, man. He's still playing checkers. There's just little key things he's starting to figure it out. Don't get me wrong. But like I've said, Ariel, I've been doing this shit my entire life. Excuse my language. But I've been doing this my entire life. It's to the point now I feel like I'm Anderson out there. Like I can pick and set people up where I want them to be. I don't have to train like a maniac anymore. Dieting for 145s is my hardest part. Like I make weight, fight's over. Pick a round. Pitbull's not making it past the second. Done in 2. He's calmer. He's a little more patient. So, yeah, I see that. I recognize that. But at the end of the day, he still has to close that distance. He still has to come to me. Therefore, okay, I'll give you another round. Second round.
Considering how you feel about yourself, and by the way, I see no lies. You're, like I said, you're an incredible talent. 27, 18-0, beat a guy like Pitbull who's on fire. And then you see other people in the UFC who are maybe more famous, more well-known, who get more buzz, more money, perhaps. Is there a part of you that's like, man, I'm tired of this. I want my shine. I want my recognition. I want my money. Like they seem to treat you well. But I have to say, I'm going to shoot straight with you right now, AJ. I like to shoot straight. You've taken my breath away because I've talked to you a bunch of times over the last couple of years. I've never heard you so outright say, yeah, I want the UFC title. Yeah, you know, I think I want to go get that title. Like you sometimes dance around it, you talk, but like you're saying it clearly. I feel like I'm talking to a guy right now who's kind of had enough and wants to go to the UFC and get that Michael Chandler treatment, but thinks he's better than Michael Chandler and knows he could do more with that treatment than Michael Chandler has done. That's me shooting straight with you. That's me reading the situation right now.
I didn't say it.
I'm just going to, like, we don't need to dance around, but like, this is pretty massive what you're saying here. You're sitting in a Bellator hotel about to fight on Showtime, and you're just like, I see a guy who's just not motivated by the whole situation and doesn't feel like he's getting the love, doesn't feel like he's getting the respect, and just wants to see what it's like on the other side of the fence. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I just want to tell you what I would say when this interview is over so you know I'm being real with you.
Yeah, well, definitely. I think a lot of key points in that is like fans in general, they forget that like fighters make the organizations don't make the fighter. You know what I mean? Since UFC has done so well marketing and branding, like obviously they make their fighters. In my case, it's a little different. I'm the superior athlete. I know what I'm capable of. I'm 1-2 generations in. If it's not me, we have a third generation. My 4-year-old brother, last time we talked, he was doing what? Arm bars, right? The kid's doing heel hooks and triangles now.
Wow.
Like 100 mil is my check. I mean, being 50-0, that's my goal. That's if that $100 million check is there. If not, then, I'll just wait for the next generation. Mason's 4. He'll be a world champ before he's 18.
By the way, considering how you feel about all this, when your dad was doing the Jake Paul video where you're like, yo, Pops, I'm trying to get to, do you have to be a part of this diss track? Like, come on. Like, well, why do we have to be a part?
You're telling me, Ariel. I don't know, dude.
Did you know about that?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It was a rocky step for me. But at the end of the day, it's fucking entertainment, Ariel. You know this sport.
Yeah.
Entertainment. It's all entertainment. And I do feel Jake does point out valid points within the community. These are things my dad used to be very outspoken about within the game. But when you have a skill set, man, and you have goals and ambitions that you've set for yourself, like I said, man, I'm the Floyd Mayweather MMA. That's why I've always wanted to fight Floyd. It was to get the recognition and respect that I feel I deserve within the sport, me being a great at my sport, him being a great at his sport. There's not many other sports I can go and be like, oh, I get to move around with one of the best athletes in the world in a different sport. You know what I mean? So boxing being one of one, I wouldn't even see a fight with Floyd as like, oh, it's a fight. It's like a live sparring match. And like, you know what I mean? Like just being in that moment, that present moment, me being the best at my sport. I was kind of butthurt Conor got to do it. Because Conor ain't no dog like that. But like, obviously he's a dog. But like, Ariel, I'm ever in a choke, I'm going to sleep. That's like any jiu-jitsu artist, you know what I mean? Nate's in a choke, he's going to sleep. You know what I mean? Diaz, anybody, Korean Zombie, like they're going to sleep. You know what I mean? Like it's something that's clicked. You just built a little different. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I would love to share that. It's like moving around with my dad, dude. Like it would be a very technical game of tag, I feel like. But obviously he's got some tricks up his sleeve.
How do you top the performance on Friday from the one that you had? I mean, that was incredible in July, right? How do you top this? How do you get people to walk away, to close the TV or their stream, whatever, on Friday and be like, everything this dude is saying is true. He is legit. Throw the bag at him. Throw everything at him. Back up the Brinks truck. Like, what do you do? Because that was so incredible. It's like a tough spot that you're in.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again. And that's where patience is key. That's something my father's always taught me. Patience. Whether I'm waking up in a chokehold in the morning and he's like trying to fluster me and just piss me off, it's you gotta be able to tame that beast within inside of you. And Patricio thinks he's done that, and that's why I'm giving him an extra round. The first time he was so aggro to just, I'm gonna rip your head off. Why are you taking it so personal, bro? You've been the champ for 18 fights while I've been calling your name, and you've ignored me and act like you didn't know who I was. Then the tournament came around. You go to the complete opposite side of the bracket. Like, to me, I just see it, money moves. All right, you dipping in my pocket here, dipping in my pocket here. You're going to the other side of the bracket. Damn, that's an extra couple, $500,000 I lost out because I didn't get to beat you up in the beginning of the tournament. Like, for me, it's all about the bread now. You know what I mean? It's about the bread, the legacy, and being known as the best fighter in the world. Because that's what achieving a world title for me was it was solidifying, regardless organization where I'm at. I know I'm the best fighter in the world. This is generation that's been put into me. And yeah, now it's just time to prove it.
This is tremendous stuff. You're such a great interview. I love the fact that you shoot straight, you tell it like it is, you don't dance around things, you don't sugarcoat things. So much respect to you. When you're fighting, we're all watching. It's a big freaking deal. And Bellator has an underrated roster that, for whatever reason, may not get the attention that it deserves. You're, in my opinion, so far ahead of the rest of the roster in terms of star appeal, skill, the record, the finishing rate. I mean,
I'm best dressed, Ariel.
yeah, that
Did you see the
too.
drip?
I mean, that too.
Wait till you see the fight drip.
Okay.
Ain't no UFC fight dressing like me. I'm Louis V. King Don in that John. Like, big dripping, boy.
I love it. Good luck to you, AJ. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks.
Can't wait. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Hey, I got your bobblehead on the way as well.
Oh, let's go.
Jeez.
I got the spot for you.
I bet.
All right, man. Take care. There he is.
Cheers.
AJ McKee, the mercenary. Wow. That was tremendous stuff, guys. I don't think you realize, some of you out there, how big that was. This is a guy who's about to fight for Bellator in 48 hours. He's about to fight for Bellator in 48 hours, and it takes a lot of courage to speak like that. It takes a lot of courage to sit there and say, you know what? Yeah, I think I kind of want to go after that belt. Or at the very least, I want $1 million.